What's going on, guys? Thanks for coming back. I know I don't make videos as often as I used to, but I'm going to try and get back into it. I'm kind of getting the hang of using this new software. So let's get into it. This video is going to be how I carry firearms as I travel an average of 8 to 11,000 miles a month throughout the entire country. I saw a couple comments on Facebook, and I was tagged on a couple of them to recommend my perspective on it. And this is what I'm going to say. First off, look into it more than just watching this video. Remember, you're taking advice from a ridiculously uneducated individual right here. From a ridiculously uneducated individual right here. All right? Take that for what it is. As well, this is how I do it. Does this mean this is the way you should do it? No. Look into the laws. Remember, my thoughts on carrying a firearm are, first off, to avoid getting in trouble, avoid trouble. Don't go to bad areas when you're carrying a firearm. Don't go to bad areas, period. If you're in an area and bad things start to happen, leave. Hey guys, okay, let's take a look at the app now. Basically, let me show you the icon. So when you go into the Play Store, you're going to look for concealed carry laws. Again, there's lots of apps out there. This is the one I use. This is the one that I've seen. Updates their information for each state on a good basis, or on a good time frame. Okay, so what you're looking for is, okay, see that little one right there, the circle with the pistol in it? That's it. Okay, take a look at that when you're in the Play Store. If you see that, that's one you're going to want. Click on the button. They're going to give you their disclosure. Basically, if you get caught doing something dumb and we said you can, well, that's dumb because you didn't follow through on the laws. It's your responsibility, nobody else's, to tell you whether you're supposed to, or if you're allowed to do something or you're not, okay? Then it's going to go in and it's going to show you a rundown of all the states. You click on a state. We'll go with Colorado because I found something really funny there. And it's going to tell you the information that we're looking for. We're not looking for if it's a shall issue or may issue. We're looking for little things like inform law enforcement. What that's telling you, that's the second one right there. What that's telling you is if you get pulled over, are you legally bound to tell the officer, before we move on, I'd like to let you know that I am carrying a concealed weapon, or I do have a firearm in the car. That's the law. If the law is no, then you don't have to tell him anything until he asks you. Then it's going to tell you things like where you're prohibited from carrying, such as schools, public transportation. You're not supposed to open carry according to them. This is a funny one. Or while on a snowmobile. That is just a riot to me, because in Colorado you can carry in a restaurant while you're drinking alcohol. It is illegal according to this, but you cannot carry while you're riding a snowmobile. What sense does that make? I don't get it. Some of these laws are just crazy. It's going to tell you if, those signs at stores that say no firearms, it's going to tell you if the law backs that up or not, or is it just a store. If it's just a store, I'm carrying concealed. It's none of their business. And the gun-free zones are where all the shootings happen, right? I'm not supposed to carry at schools, right? That's right. Shootings never happen there. But let's not get political. Then it's going to tell you, all sorts of other areas that you're allowed to. A big one is allowed in a restaurant where alcohol is served. It's going to give you stipulations. Like this one's just yes. So that means you can carry when you're in a bar that serves nothing but alcohol. Others will tell you in a restaurant that, sells less than 50% is alcohol. Stuff like that. Okay? That's basically what this is telling you. It's also going to tell you if it's allowed to open carry, basically in sight with so much percentage of the firearm showing. That's a whole nother video. I'm sure I've made videos on that before, but that's the app. I really like that app. If you use it, hey, kick them a few shekels if you learn something. I think it's good. It motivates them to keep up on it and do better at their app. Okay, so that's the app. All right, how do I prepare my van for traveling with a firearm? Basically, I have a couple of these. Now, I carry at least two of them. One to hold my firearms, the other to hold the ammo. Basically, in some states, California, if you carry a firearm in your vehicle, Your firearm has to be locked in the box, separate from the ammunition, okay? So when I'm getting ready to travel into California, I stop just before I cross the border, pull down these boxes, I put whatever firearms are out, because typically I have one in access and one on me, depending on what I'm wearing. But either way, I make sure that all my firearms are in one, the magazines and the ammo are in the other. These are great, this cheap plastic. You can find these at Walmart, you can find them all over the place. It's just an ammo box. Cheap little lock, it doesn't have to be fancy. This is a legally locked container. Then, put it away from you so that you can't grab it. In some states, such as California, I keep looking off the side, I apologize. I'm just too damn pretty. I'm just too damn pretty. I'm just too damn pretty. In places like California, these have to be kept not only locked up and separate, but out of reach from the driver so that you can't get pulled over, start tinkering with these things and putting stuff away. And, it lets the officer know that they were locked up before he ever pulled you over. Okay, so mine are typically thrown up here, way back, down in this area when I'm in a location where I can't carry or that they have to be locked up. Okay, so that's where they're at. I keep all my ammunition, all my magazines in one, and my 2 firearms in the other when required. That's how I carry. Some states allow or consider your glove box or your middle thing, bobber, as locked boxes if you can lock them. Most states do not. Again, it's your responsibility to know the laws, okay? Again, this is how I do it. Guys, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I want to say is that if you find that I may have said something incorrect, or if you have some beneficial information on this subject, please put it down below. Down there. I kind of like it. And let me know what you think. Please keep it considerate. This is not a political issue. I'm not looking for, anti-gunners. And this is just what I do. If you don't like it, don't watch. Too late. Ha-ha, you're late. Ha-ha, you're late. Ha-ha, you already did. But it just is what it is. Keep things cool down below. And just have fun, guys. Nothing is cool if you ain't having fun. All right, talk to you all later, and see ya.